and welcome to Mountain Patriot Homestead. If this is your first visit to our home, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. We're always glad to have you drop by. Now, earlier I put a video on about canning, and it is my first canning video that I've put out. Even though I've put out a lot of other videos about various things, it's my first canning video. So there may have been little pointers that I left out, or some things that I might want to cover more completely in a future video. If you're interested in seeing a video maybe just about canning supplies, if you're completely new to canning and you would like me to cover maybe what's the difference between a pressure canner, a water bath canner, the difference between a stovetop canner and a electric canner that I used in the video earlier. If you would like me to cover any of those things, if you'll leave a comment below, that'll let me know whether I need to maybe start a little more basic and move on from there. If you are a canner and you are someone that has been canning for a while, you'll probably notice in my videos, because I do plan on doing some more canning videos, I've had requests for some, that I am not always the type of canner that, my canning methods don't completely come from the ball method of canning. And if you're a canner, you know what I mean by that. There is an approved book of canning that the Ball Company has put out for many years, and it's changed over the years. If you go back and look at their canning book from half century ago or further, you'll notice that many of the methods back then are not approved methods now, because science methods are improved upon, I guess. But I am, this may get under some folks' skin, but I am what is known as a rebel canner. That means it's just a term that is given to folks that don't completely follow the books. We follow more of the methods of tried and true that have went back for generations. That means I do can things that are not high in acidity, things that are that some people would refuse to can, such as dairy products. I do can things like milk, butter, cream cheese, so I can some things that other people may not, because it's not approved in a book. If you're not comfortable with canning or preserving food in any manner, then by all means, that I completely understand. There's some methods that are I'm sure used in the world that I would kind of balk at and not want to try. So you do what makes you comfortable. As I repeat time and time again, your kitchen, your rules. If you're not comfortable with something, you don't have to try it. I understand, and I am not going to look down my nose at someone that doesn't do things exactly like I do. You make what is the right decision for you and your family. But today I did make a recipe that I hope that you go back and watch the other video. It is using zucchini to make a mock pineapple. Now, some people I know may say, well, why don't you just can pineapple? Well, when you live in the part of the world that I live in, pineapple doesn't just grow out in my garden. However, zucchini does. And if you are anywhere in the part of the country where If you leave your car unlocked, or perhaps just have a doorstep, this time of year you are likely to find that a good neighbor has left you excess zucchini. If you are someone like me who plants too many plants, you will have more zucchini than you had planned on having. And so you have to look for ways to use zucchini. And zucchini is, I guess, I love tomatoes and I love so many other vegetables. Zucchini, though, I love because it is the most versatile vegetable that I can think of. What other vegetable can you think of that you can use to make a cake? You can use to make an entree. You can use in place of noodles. You can use in place of meat. You can make candy from it. You can make jam from it. You can, well, I'll even tell you, I go so far as dehydrating it, powdering it, and using it as a flour substitute for some of my flours. So, you know, zucchini is something that I love just because it is so versatile. So, look around, investigate ways that you can use excess produce that is so available this time of year. If you are so blessed, so fortunate to live in a part of the country or part of the world where there is more than enough food, if someone offers you their excess, please don't turn it away. Find a way to use it. It's better to use it than to let it go to waste. And even tomatoes, right now, as I'm talking to you, I have a notebook in my lap. This is a little Dollar Tree notebook with a Dollar Tree pack of paper in it. I'm not advertising for Dollar Tree, I'm just telling you where I got it. That I keep recipes in that I find. I can find them online, I can find them in magazines. It's just recipes that I come across that when I make them and I like them, I put them in this book. And one of these days my kids will come across this magazine or come across this notebook, and you know, hopefully they can use it. If not, hopefully they'll pass it along to someone who can. But I keep recipes in here to use things that I don't want to discard. My theory, my philosophy that I use here on the homestead, that if you've watched more than a few times, you'll hear me say waste nothing. I don't waste things here. If my garden, and I'm waiting for that first ripe tomato. I've not had a ripe, they're just starting to turn. And boy howdy, when they do, I've planted like 20 something tomato plants. So when they start turning, I'm gonna have tomatoes coming out my ears. But that's okay, because I have all types of ways to use tomatoes. Everything from, I can preserve them by dehydrating them and then powdering them and using them in seasonings, using them in sauces, making ketchups. I can use them to cook with in all types of ways. I've told you before in other videos, one way that I do a lot of preserving is I will freeze them in the large freezer bags during the heat of summer and put them in my freezer, freeze them. Then in wintertime, when it's cold outside and I don't want to just keep the heater running constantly, I'll take out some of those and I'll start canning them, because you know the canning process heats up the house. I don't want it to do that in the middle of summer. So I try to do as much of my canning in the wintertime as I can, especially of tomatoes, because I get such a large amount. But tomatoes are another one of those versatile vegetables that I come across a recipe the other day for a tomato basil jam. Well, I have several different types of basil growing in the garden this year, so I'm going to try the tomato basil jam using not only the common basil, but also I've got a cinnamon basil out there and my very favorite blue spice basil. So I'm going to try the different jams using the different types of basils with my tomatoes and see how they turn out. If you are interested in videos like that, let me know in the comments below and I will try to include those as part of my videos. So I just wanted to pop in and let you know that I plan on putting out more videos regarding canning and preserving if you're interested, but let me know if you like these and what you think, and if you like them and you want me to put more out, please share them with your friends. You know, just keep letting me know, because I want to make sure that my content is what is benefiting the both of us. I'm going to get back to writing down recipes. I hope everyone has a wonderful afternoon, and I will talk to you later. Love y'all. Mountain Patriot Homestead, signing out.